Wish you a very good morning to all. So we are in Unit 1, Diversity in Living World. We have already started our Chapter 1, that is the living world. In this chapter we have discussed about the living organisms, the diversity in the living world. In previous topic we discussed the biodiversity, nomenclature, identification, classification of organisms. Even we had discussion about taxonomic. And today's video presentation I would like to discuss the important topic, that is taxonomic categories. So my dear student, taxonomic categories is not a single step process like a classification. Classification is vast. Classification is not a single step process but involves hierarchy of steps in which each step represents a rank or category. Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called the taxonomic category, and all categories together constitute the taxonomic hierarchy. So here different steps represent the rank or category, and category is part of in the taxonomic arrangement, and that we consider as a taxonomic category. And all the categories together constitute to make the taxonomic hierarchy. Each category refers to as a unit of classification, and we can represent a rank and is commonly termed as taxon. So taxon is a plural of taxa. So taxonomic categories and hierarchy can be illustrated by an example. Suppose we will take example of insects represent a group of organisms sharing a common features like 3 pairs of jointed legs. It means insects are recognized or identified on the concrete objects which can be classified, and thus were given a rank or category. Now we can give the name of other groups of organisms. Suppose we can give the group of organisms like a bacteria. Okay, and remember, a group of represent category. The category further denotes ranks. Each rank or taxon in fact represents a unit of classification. These taxonomic groups categories are distinct biological entities and not emergently morphological aggregates. Means they are morphologically different than merely morphological aggregates. Taxonomic studies of all known organisms have led to the development of common categories such as kingdom, phylum or division for the plants, class, order, family, genus and species. So my dear students, you are aware about the classification of plants and animals, in that all the plants and animals are classified in different subgroups, into the different classes, into the different orders. So that already you are aware. It was there in 9th standard, if you know, the classification of plants and animals, in that 5 kingdom classification which is given by Whitaker. So that you are aware. So all organisms, including those in the plants and animals kingdom, have specific species as the lowest category. Now the question you may ask, how to place this type of organism in various categories. Simply we can take example, all the fruits are there, just it's my own example, all fruits are there, in that apples are there, bananas are there, some oranges are there, some watermelons are there. Now how to categorize? Suppose all the characteristics by looking at the appearance, the shape and size, we can categorize all the apples in one desk, second all the bananas by looking at the appearance and size and shape. We can categorize another group. So like that, the basic requirement is to know of characters of an individual or a group of organisms. This helps in identifying similarities and dissimilarities among the individuals of the same kind of organisms as well as of the other kind of organisms. Now first is a species. The taxonomic studies consider a group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities as a species. One should be able to distinguish one species from the other closely related species based on the distinct morphological differences. Morphological differences mean their physical appearance, their size, shape, body organization. We are able to distinguish two different species. Already we have taken example. Let us consider Mangifera indica, Solanum tuberosum, that is potato, and Panthera leo, that is lion. So all the species are different. All three names, indica, tuberosum and leo, represent the specific epithets, while the first words Mangifera, Solanum and Panthera are genera and represent another higher level of taxon or category. So each genus may have one or more than one specific epithets representing the different organisms but having a morphological similarities. So therefore, for example, Panthera has another specific epithet called tigris, and Solanum includes species like nigrum and melanogera. So human beings belong to the species Sapiens, which is grouped into the genus Homo. So species, that is a Sapiens, and Homo is a genus. The scientific name of human being written as Homo Sapiens. So we are already aware about the classification, that is nomenclature, by Carl Linnaeus, who has given the classification in that human being, the scientific name is Homo sapiens. Next is a genus. Genus comprises a group of related species which has more characters in common in comparison to the species to other genera. We can say that genera are aggregates of closely related species. For example, potato, tomato and brinjal are the three different species but all belongs to the genus Solanum. Lion, Panthera leo, leopard, Panthera pardus and tiger, Panthera tigris, with the several common features, all are species of genus Panthera. This genus differ from another genus, that is Felis, which includes cats. So here we can easily understand the genera, that is Panthera, and relating to the leo, pardus and tigris, that are the species. Next category in the taxonomic categories, that is family. The next category, family, has a group of related genera with a still less number of similarities as compared to the genus and species. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features of plant species. Among the plants, for example, three different genera that already we discussed in our species and family, species and genera, that is Solanum, Petunia and Datura are placed in the family Solanaceae. Among animals, for example, genus Panthera, comprising lion, tiger and leopard, is put along with the genus Felis in the family Felidae. So similarly, if you observe the features of a cat and a dog, you will find some similarities and some differences as well. So they are separated into two different families, Felidae and Canidae respectively. So here we are able to distinguish or able to separate two different families, that is Felidae and Canidae. So like that we follow after the family order, and we have seen earlier in different in our previous classes, it was there in 9th standard as I mentioned earlier, that categories like species, genus and families are based on a number of similar characters. Generally, order and other higher taxonomic categories are identified based on the aggregates of characters. Order, being a higher category, is an assemblage of families which exhibit a few similar characters. The similar characters are less in number as compared to the different genera included in family. So here when we talk about the plant family like Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polynomiales, mainly based on the floral characters, means flower characters. The animal order Carnivora includes a family like Felidae and Canidae. So next, after the order, the taxonomic category will come, that is class. The class category includes related to the orders. For example, order Primate, comprising monkey, gorilla and gibbon, is placed in the class Mammalia along with the order Carnivora, that includes animals like tiger, cat and dog. Class Mammalia has other orders also. And next, after the class will come phylum. The classes comprises animals like fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds along with the mammals constitute the next high category called phylum. All this based on the common features like presence of notochord and the dorsal hollow neural system. So here in the phylum category, the basic feature is notochord, which is the beginning of the embryo. So it is not there in the textbook, it is additional information for you, and it's a dorsal hollow neural system, where in the phylum only the neural system means the brain formation, different organs which are related to nervous system, that is neural system, are included in the phylum chordata. In case of plants, classes with a few similar characters are assigned to a higher category called divisions. So they are divided into different phylums. So after the division and the phylum, the next and the foremost category, that is kingdom. All animals belonging to the various phyla are assigned to the highest category called kingdom, Animalia in the classification system of animals. The kingdom Plantae, in other hand, already the main classification, that is Plantae, the phylum that is Plantae, kingdom Plantae. On the other hand, it is distinct and comprises all the plants from various divisions. So here we will refer to these two groups as animals and plant kingdom. So if you recall 9th standard, in that classification of plants and animals, you go on through it, you will search for that topics. You will find that taxonomic categories from the species to kingdom have been shown in the ascending order, starting with the species, and these are broad categories. So taxonomists have also developed subcategories in this hierarchy to facilitate more sound and scientific placement for various taxa or taxon. So here in this chapter, we have to discuss the basic of the arrangement, and for the example we go higher from the species to kingdom. So as we have discussed species, then genus, family, order, after that phylum and kingdom. So the common characteristics goes on decreasing. So highest to the lowest, highest is kingdom and lowest is species. So lowest the taxa, more are the characteristics that are members within the taxons. Higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determination the relationship to other taxon at the same level. Hence the problem of classification become more complex. So here in this table, the taxonomic categories to which some common organisms like housefly, man, mango and wheat belong. So man, the biological name, that is Homo Sapiens. So here genus is Homo, family is Hominidae, order is Primata and class is Mammalia. Phylum and division is Chordata, because we are having vertebral column, that is why it's considered Chordata. Next is the housefly, mango and wheat. All things are given, you just go through it. So next video presentation we will have discussion about the taxonomic aids. So before that you should understand this table, because it can be asked in exam. Housefly, that is Musca domestica, the scientific name. The Musca is a genus Muscidae, that is family, order Diptera, class is Insecta and the phylum or division, that is Arthropoda. Then mango, that is Mangifera indica. Mangifera is genus. Anacardiaceae, that is family, order is Sapindalis, class is Dicotyledons and division is Angiosperms, that is Angiospermi. And last is wheat, that is a Trichicum aestivum, that is Trichicum genus, that is next Poaceae, that is family, order Polyas, class is Monocotyledon and the division is Angiospermi. So this is the classification of organisms according to the taxonomic categories. So in our next video we will have discussion about the taxonomic aids, and you can search many videos on the YouTube. You will get the latest informations by looking at the video presentations. So thank you and have a nice day.